welcome back to Spencer FYI on the Spencer Channel 3. And today we're here talking about the D.A.R.E program and specifically a fundraiser you guys have coming up for the program. But if people aren't familiar with D.A.R.E, why don't we start off talking a little bit about the D.A.R.E program?
So we could go like really in depth, or we can do the small version. We'll go with like the medium size version here. D.A.R.E started back in 1983. The chief of police out of Los Angeles back in 1983 realized there was a disconnect between law enforcement and the school kids. So he created the program, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, back in 1983 to get police officers into the school here. So then fast forwarding quite a few years, 1991 is when we started teaching D.A.R.E here in Spencer, and the program has continued ever since, and we have had multiple D.A.R.E officers over the last several years. So that's what it is. It's a 10, right now what it is it is a 10-week curriculum that teaches kids to be safe and responsible. Teaching them, giving them tools is what I like to call it, to help them in events that could happen.
All right, and so what age do you target here in Spencer?
So in Spencer, we teach the 5th grade students. We used to teach the 6th grade students because that was before they would go off to the middle school. Once they went into the middle school, talked to the teachers in the schools, and they really wanted to have the kids having this information prior to going into the middle school. So we dropped it down to the 5th grade, and which works out fine because the D.A.R.E curriculum, the core curriculum, is for 5th or 6th graders. D.A.R.E also has curriculum for kindergarten through 4th grade, the middle school, and the high school. But because of our scheduling, the school's scheduling, we only teach the 5th grade curriculum.
All right, and that reaches all students here in Spencer.
Yes, we teach all the students here. We go to Sacred Heart, we go to Iowa Great Lakes Lutheran, and we teach at Lincoln, which there are 6 classes there at the public school.
All right, and so how is this program funded? I'm sure there's materials and things that you need for the program.
What is really cool, and I don't know all the fine details when it comes down to it, so our students get t-shirts and booklets every year, and those are paid for by the state of Iowa. So there are some criminal charges that when somebody is arrested and they get a fine put onto their charge that they have to pay, a percentage of that fine goes back to the D.A.R.E program, and that is for all state officers here in Iowa that get that benefit. So for the cost for the city or for the school, it's free of charge. All we have to do is have the kids take a small pre-test and take a small post-test at the end. And basically what the state wants to see is that these kids are gaining that knowledge. Now after 9 years of teaching, there has not been 1 year where the class average has not gone up. And I can even go say that there's not been one class, so 8 classes, that their average has not gone up. These kids are learning things as they go through this program.
All right, and so tell us a little bit about the instructors. Are you the only one, or
No.
do you think you have someone else helping you?
I got a co-partner now, which started last year, which is awesome. Trying to cram in all sorts of classes in the middle of January, February, and March. We got it done, but there was a lot of stressful times over the last 8 years. So Officer Darren Hansen started with me and teaching last year. These are the shoes that I had to fill when I took over the D.A.R.E program. Darren used to be our school resource officer many years ago, taught the D.A.R.E program. When he was done with the school, he went and tried another business on the side, if you want to put it that way here. And so I said I would volunteer to help out with the D.A.R.E program. And so it's great to have him come back. He's got a great haircut just like I do, very short, makes us run faster. He's about my age, and it's fun to see both of us working together. It's fun working with him and seeing how his style of teaching is, and the kids ate it up last year with Darren.
All right, and then you also do something fun at the end of the school year with them.
We do. At the end of the school year, we take all the graduating 5th graders from D.A.R.E up to Arnolds Park. And what we do is we facilitate it. We line up the buses, so we can't thank enough to Julie Nemmers and the school buses for helping us to get up there, but we bring them up there to have a good day. You know, it's crazy. You'd think 5th grade, they don't have that much stresses. They're 5th graders. They're 10 and 11-year-old. I've had 2 5th graders now. They have stresses, and each of them had different stresses. So they have a stressful life, or they have their own stresses. What's great about Arnolds Park is they sit back, they relax, the smiles that come out of those kids' face, you can tell that whatever was on their mind that day is not there while we're having fun. So that's our way of saying, congratulations. But like I said, we're facilitators. We just line it up. If we didn't have the school buses, it would be tough to get them up there. I can only take so many in my pickup truck to get them there and back. The other thing is we have a fun run that's coming up here in a month, and that's how we pay for this. It's donations from organizations plus the participants, and almost every year we've made enough to get the kids up there. In fact, we've made more than enough to get the kids up there, and we are now starting to look at different avenues on how we can put that money back to the kids in different ways in our community.
All right, so why don't you tell us about the fun run coming up this year?
Okay, so the fun run is August 3rd, starting at 8 o'clock. It's always the first Saturday in August at 8 o'clock, starting at East Leach Park again. Last year we did it for the ones who were there last year. They remember the monsoon that we had, the shelter house that we had there was phenomenal. So we'll do that again this year. Starting at 8, we're going to run a different route. We've always gone west down that bike trail. We're going to actually go east and towards Pete's Pond and do a route that way, because this year we would love to see more bicyclists. We're going to try to get a bicycle route that's about 8 miles from our starting point all the way around Stolly's and back, just to branch out and see if we can get more people, because I know that there are people that like to ride bicycle but hate to run or walk that would want to support our kids. So we're going to try something new this year.
All right, so why don't you tell us how we can get registered for that?
Easiest way to get registered is to go to our Facebook page. We have moved into the modern era, and you can register online this year, which is awesome. Go to our Facebook page, you click under the tickets tab, and in there will be a link that will bring you to the form to fill out. You pay online. I get an email saying you've registered. It gives me your shirt sizes and that type of stuff. If you don't have Facebook, you can still stop down at the police department and other fitness places. That's my plan here today, is get them the paper copies, so then you can do it that way as well.
All right, and so what's the cost to participate?
This year, the cost is $25 for adults and $15 for kids. With your entry fee, you're guaranteed a t-shirt. Fairway is bringing sausage patties again. We'll have the fruit and that type of stuff that we get from Walmart here. And we'll have the water, which comes from, the bottle of water comes from Hy-Vee. So you're guaranteed all that with that. You're also, and I should back up here a second, the pre-registration date is the 15th. And that will guarantee your shirt the day of the race. What's awesome, what I love about this race, and I used to run a lot of 5Ks, and if you didn't make that registration date, they always put on there in big bold letters, not always guaranteed. You're guaranteed a t-shirt after the fact. The difference is if you live in Clay County, we're going to deliver it to you. If you live out of town, we'll call you, or we'll try to get a hold of you the best that we can, and you can stop down at the police department and pick it up. So you'll still get the t-shirt, you'll still get the goodies that are there. It's just probably one of the better fun runs that I have ever been in, and I'm not saying that to pat us on the back, but you're not guaranteed everything.
All right, and what if someone can't make it out to the event, but they still want to participate financially?
Companies or individuals, we've had individuals, they can get a hold of me at the police department. Just call down to the police department, ask for Kyle. I'm the only Kyle there. They can leave me a message and we can touch base that way. I don't know if there's a way to add my email address on the bottom of this here. It's way too long now for me to even say. They can also reach out to me via email, but I think phone call would be a great way. We've had people who have put in for registrations, just want the t-shirt. It's still benefiting us a little bit. They still get a t-shirt. It's a win-win for everybody.
All right. Anything else that we haven't touched on with the race?
The one thing that I have to say about our community here in Spencer is there's truly a support for our kids. These are our next generation. It really is. If we don't give them something to keep their minds occupied, if we don't give them something for tools on the tool belt to help them, we're setting them up for failure. And I don't think that that's a good thing. But working for Spencer now going on 19 years, this community has the back of these kids, and it says it on our shorts, on our shirts, that we have our kids as 6, which is we have their backs when it comes to this type of stuff. So it's pretty awesome to work for this community.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, and hopefully everyone will mark their calendars for August 3rd.
August 3rd. Thank you for having me here.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next.